What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming, and it's time for the Retribution. So, this is going to be a doubleheader this week. We're launching one on Wednesday, which is going to be the first one for this, which will explain why we're doing a Dwarven campaign instead of the Chaos Dwarves at the end of Rising, though we had pretty much claimed that victory anyway. But now, we are trying to do the Retribution. So just a reminder for everyone who's in the new, our self-proclaimed goals for a victory in this campaign to make it our own, because the endgame scenarios are turned off, is going to be taking out Skarsnik, because he's also racing for Carrick Eightpeaks. We're going to retake Carrick Eightpeaks, of course, and we are going to try and deal with Clan Moors. I believe that's all the factions that were needed for the victory conditions anyway. Crooked Mutinous Gits, and Clan Moors. So it's the people that are currently occupying Eightpeaks, Clan Moors, and the Crooked Moon themselves under Skarsnik. We're going to deal with them. So what happened on the first episode? Because this is the one of three that I am... Well, this is two of three, I should say, that I'm recording today. Because I have a lot of stuff coming up in the real world. So we're going to deal with it. We started at Zeraxil. Wow, that's going to be tough to say over the course of this. And we moved up and we took Carrick Bufdar. And in doing so, we claimed enough fame to grab Confederation with Carrick Hirn. So they're now on board with us. Then we shot up into the mountains and took Carrick Izor, the Copper Mountain itself. And we're going to be working on getting it all situated and sorted up. So our overall plan is we do not own Carrick Eightpeaks right now, so we have to watch our upkeep. Having lots of armies is going to be very detrimental to us until we reclaim our ancient dwarfhold. Our major threats right now are, our Sana Staltspite and the Skaven and Skaven Blight in our southwest corner. We can't really rely on the Taliesin Wood Elves to stay neutral or passive to us, although we are kind of allied with Grimhold for right now. We're working on our reputation with the Empires and the Manlings. We are in a good place with other Dwarven realms, though. So our goal is going to be to try and take Carrick Angazar and Majorca and push our way inland from there. This is all part of Akendorf, however, so we have to be very, very careful not to completely cheese off the border princes because they're holding our southern flank right now. So we might just take them and hold them. Not sure. Then we're going to get Barak Var on our side. We're going to push up towards Everpeak. One caveat for our campaign is that if Everpeak ever falls, we must reclaim it. So we'll be doing that. We're getting up to the point where we can start making our own weapons and armor, and then we have to push towards Carrick Eightpeaks. There are tons of orcs in the Badlands here, and they are a campaign goal for us, so we're going to try and wipe out the savage orcs in the Badlands. It's going to be tough, but we are using Baelgar and his army pretty good. Now, we've got some Quarrelers with great weapons coming in, and we're going to let the other nations go while I continue to talk so that we can see what they're up to. We have the Dwarven Heroes, the Ancients, with Baelgar himself right now. We're going to drop one of the Thanes out and leave the Thane, the Runesmith, and the Engineer in there for the time being, though the Thanes are both giving us training for our troops, which is going to help. And one little added bonus is I'm going to pick all members of our community to name our regiments after once they get up to gold level 1 units. So, that'll be good. So, we had a dragon attack, and it damaged some buildings, which sucks, but is not devastating. Lost a little bit of coin, that's all. We are still waiting one more turn, and then we can upgrade our main peak. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to toss in another couple of Quarrelers with great weapons. What's our little warning here? Yeah, that's the warning that upkeep is going to be bad. Alright, so we'll add some more Quarrelers in. We could have probably added more into this army, but this is fine for now, because we can't get dwarves on this turn. We did get our Levy Missile Warriors, so that helps. Ammunition wagons give us ammunition for all of our infantry units, which is good. Toolmaker will give us income. This will give us control. I think control is going to be important for the next little bit, so we'll grab control first. Then we'll head down towards Majorca. Now, we do have a military access pact with the border princes, so we can move in and around that. Averland, we definitely want to get military access and trade with. We have to watch our spending and our upkeep.
It is all right.
Alright, we're good there. So let's let the other nations go, and then we can move Baelgar out, and we can go after the Ogre Kingdoms. Now, I have not had a lot of experience fighting the Ogre Kingdoms on the battle map, but I'm going to be trying in this campaign to fight as many battles as physically possible. I know I say that all the time. We're going to stick to it this time, and it's going to be great. I'm going to lose us a lot of dwarves. But if we're smart about it, we can possibly make it so that we do well, and I can probably improve with the dwarves. Alright, so Clan Helheim, which is way down to the southeast, are wiped out. And we'll accept that. The only mod, that's the word I'm looking for, that we have active still is the recruit legendary lords from other factions, which is what we just saw. The respec option is now actually built into the game, so it's good. Alright, so Baelgun Ironhammer.
I will do as you ask.
We're gonna drop you down. Scrag the Slaughterer, these got 2 ogre armies. Are they at war with one another? I believe they are. Yes, they are. If we can devastate them, it'll be good. And we do have the option to upgrade our main keep, so that's gonna help. What are we looking at for the Wood Elves? I want to see Taliesin. They are low threat to us. They're at war with Paravan, and they have a trade agreement with Carsasone. I'm going to pronounce that a billion different ways, a billion different times. Let's see, can we do any... no diplomacy. And we don't have any old gold just yet, so let's just let the other nations go. Because what we do not want to do is have a lot of armies.
Vengeance will make me happy. Is that what?
Alright, and that just changes the course of the campaign. Aranessa's Salt Spite is going after our southern kingdom. We're going to have to fight the Vampire Coast. Now, the problem with the Vampire Coast is they outgun us. At least for right now. We have no artillery, no war machines, nada. So we're going to need to deal with them pretty quick.
True King.
Alright, Aranessa's Salt Spite. Zarakil has nothing for a garrison.
To battle. You have my hammer. On my way.
So we'll pull our lord back and deal with it. It's 3 turns till it's upgraded. Zarakil is our infantry base, though, so this could suck. We can't even recruit a real Thane. Speaking of which, do our ancestors count as part of our Thane limits? We can't even tell because we can't recruit Thanes yet. And how's Karakiran doing? 4 turns until they're able to upgrade, so we're going to find out. Let's let the other nations go, and hopefully Aranessa's Salt Spite doesn't do too much. And Zavorak is now under the control of the Ogres. That's a decisive defeat that we cannot win no matter what we do. Though she doesn't outgun us too badly there. And she took Zara's kill. So we're going to come in and try to take it back. And then we'll go after Miragliano, and we'll go down the coast. Though that puts us right on the border with Skaven, and we might just have to crush them. I have never played Baelgar Iron. Wow. I've never played Baelgar's faction just yet. Now, did that give us a grudge in our Book of Grudges? Yes, we have the ability to do that now.
By my hammer it will be done.
Now we're going to see what she does on her turn. There's a lot of Sartosa Free Company, Zombie Pirate Deckhands, Deck Gunners, Handgunners, Sartosa Militia. 20 units versus our 19. It should be a good fight. I mean, we have a lot of heroes, so we'll see how it works. Let's gather the Throngs for right now, which will help. And we can get Karak Bufdar up. And how is Karak Hiran looking? Still got 3 turns on that. So we'll let the other nations go. I apologize if you can hear me sipping. I grabbed a glass of tea in between recording sessions today, because it's really good. Alright, we have a good fight on our hands. Now the trick here is going to be to try and get our miners, who are actually going to have a purpose in this fight. They're going to go after the gunners, the enemy ranged units. Really though, killing Aranessa herself and the white, the gunnery white, will cause this army to crumble just like fighting vampire counts. So we crush them, we take back our city, then we possibly heal. Our Thanes are going to do a lot of work here because they cannot truly be killed. They're immortal already. They can just be wounded in battle. Well, wounded is a strong term. And then we'll just deal with it. This is not an ideal battlefield for us. But if we can set up on this hill and get them to come into range with us, possibly by using the miners as a distraction, we might just be able to work that in our favor. Alright, that should set everything up. So let's put our dwarves up here with the archery support. Put our engineer where he's got a good line of sight. Rune guard in the middle. Put our Thanes on the right flank. We'll take our miners and we'll hide them over here. And they are moving in. They have something with extreme range. I think it's Aranessa herself. Alright, you keep coming in like that. We'll march around and pump you into behind with our miners. And you're gonna pop off. Just gonna make sure you don't have a retreat order. The deck gunners are the ones that are gonna cause us pain. They'll be entering our shooting range. I'll have to take some shots. And let's begin our charges down. This is why I like the dwarves. They have really, really good infantry. I mean, even their trash infantry, that is the miners, isn't bad. And if we can beat up Aranessa, let's actually get the Thanes involved in that fight too. Beating her is pretty much the victory condition here. Irony is, she's my Vampire Coast faction leader when I play Vampire Coast. She's spry, she's nimble, she's really awesome.
Ready to fight.
Not so much in this situation because, well, she's against us. We just need to find that gunnery white. Now what we're going to do is start focus firing on specific units.
Ready to strike! For the ancestor gods!
So a single volley is going to knock these guys down pretty good.
Shoot the wizards!
Alright, Aranessa is falling back. We're going to send
Eightpeaks!
Baelgar into the fray here.
Well. Go! Ready to strike!
Alright, these pirate gunnery mobs are almost done.
It is a reckoning! I am Rondus!
I'll just pull our engineer back slightly. He's taken a fair number of hits, and I don't want him to actually be wounded. Belegar, your foe is coming back, so go after her. Our infantry definitely took a much larger hit this time, but they are starting to crumble. They're starting to crumble, so we'll move over to the next gunnery mob. So they're starting to go down really fast.
Ready! I approve! Advance!
Alright, let's get our Thane pair helping out Belegar.
Where's your targets, Anu! Kellogg's! Dwarves, ready access! Stop!
All of our archers doing their thing.
Move now!
That should eliminate those deck gunners. Definitely hurt us, but it was worth it in the end, I think. Her mortal infantry are running. Aranessa is down and wounded, and that's that. We have no cavalry to catch up. That's going to be one thing that we take from the Empire. We're going to try and get allied with them as much as we can, and we're going to take their cavalry, especially the Empire Knights or Reichsguard, if we can get them under our control, and give us some outriders. Make a perfectly balanced army. My apple spice tea. It's really, really good. And it looks like the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, Mark II, did the best on the field. Our archers did a fair bit. I do like the great weapon quarrelers. Belegar got his shots in on Aranessa, and we are going to take the growth. Because that should have killed... Vinny Holloway is almost done. So we'll see if he runs or if he tries to hold on and fight, because they'll have to throw a lord into that army. And we'll go in for, well, Retribution, which is the title of this playthrough. So, we're doing good. Belegar, consigned to drink, passive ability, regeneration when fighting at sea, and I gain more money for sacking. A Shrieking Blade is really good, though. Win 10 battles with any single hero character. Most battles currently won has been 4. And that'll give us armor, silvered steel, and a bunch of gold.
Revenge incarnate!
So we'll take Inspiring Presence, and we'll take... Oh, it's hard to pick here. Leadership, intercept battles... We'll take hard to hit because Belegar is doing some work for us on the front 9. And this is our master engineer. So let's go with hand loaded because he likes to shoot.
Defiant.
Can't get another rank there, so we'll go with hard to hit again. Yeah, we can get Foe Seeker, can't we? Yeah, we'll take Foe Seeker.
Belegar Iron
And
Hammer.
we're going to go hardened armor. We're taking hardened armor. Runesmiths just became a lot better.
True king of
And again,
Eightpeaks.
Foe Seeker, we'll take that, and that should be good.
Yes.
Let's go fight this fight here. The settlement garrison's coming in, and we're fighting here. This is the last gasp of Aranessa's Salt Spite's army. Sartosa Free Company are kind of neat. It's just like the Sylvania Guards, or the militia in Sylvania that... Is it awakening the Von Karstein line? Is that what it does? Yes, I think so. Been a while since I played Vampire Counts. So, yeah, we'll deal with that. But for right now, let's get everything sorted out. Let's put a slightly larger unit on that flank. And we'll get our Quarrelers and Rangers doing their thing. We will eventually split our Rangers off.
For the ancestor gods!
Wow, it did that whole glitchy thing starting us way off at the back. So, get our infantry out, put Belegar and both of our Thanes up here. We want them getting in and getting some experience. Set you on a place where you can get line of sight. And as for our miners, we're actually going to let them kind of regenerate this battle. That's the hope, anyway.
It is a reckoning!
And let's advance. Get our shooty dwarves within range. They got short little legs. Make sure everybody gets up there just fine. You guys can just sit tight. So we'll advance time as fast as we can. So we'll start shooting, and we want our army to still be on the field when the reinforcements get here. We want to wipe out this entire army.
For the ancestors! For the Karazanko!
Alright, so the pirate deckhands are almost destroyed there. Alright, let's pause for just a quick sec, and we'll advance our forces. He's still able to shoot? You're pretty much able to shoot whomever you need. Belegar and this thing can go up here. Bring you two inside here. And advance all of our archers. Again, we'll advance time just a little bit. The downside for me fighting all the battles is you're going to see something like this, where the outcome is pretty much said and done. But I'm going to fight a lot more of them. And the enemy reinforcements are on the field. Alright, this is what we kind of wanted here. Let's grab both Thanes and Belegar and go after the Vampire Fleet Admiral. Who's apparently just getting manhandled.
For the Karazanko!
That hurt our center line a little bit, including our hammers.
The clans unite! Blow through! True king of Eightpeaks! With haste!
Alright, so that takes care of the initial forces.
For the ancestors! Get your beards out of the way! Charge!
And now we just have to deal with the reinforcements that are charging in. And they're done. So by allowing the reinforcements to hit the field, the garrison at the city is now gone. So we can just walk in for a total of 5 dwarfs lost. We killed 100 to 200 to 110, 115, 121, somewhere in there. And our archers did almost all the work. And we'll take the incoming control
Beligar Ironhammer,
and occupy
Lord of the Angland.
this area and get our growth back on track. Alright, that gives us a little bit of oath gold. It's not a lot, but it'd be enough to get an item. Now, how is Beligar looking as far as items go?
Incarnate.
He doesn't have an enchanted item, and he doesn't have any character runes yet. So, nah. The Biting Blade is just armor-piercing weapon damage 45. This allows him... This causes magical damage, and he gets the hammer at level 12 and the armor at level 7. So, not a big deal. We don't have to worry about what he's equipped with too badly right now. Bane of Destruction, fighting Screenskins, Skavens, and Ogres. Yeah, that's actually really, really, really good. Much better than I thought it would be. And we have one more unit available to us, but it would just be more miners. Because we're going to build Zerak Zil back up. Miragliano is going to be taken by us in the next couple of turns, so we'll have to deal with it. But we wiped out a grudge, and the severity is down. And with Aranessa off the field for the time being, if we take all of these port areas, we can do a lot with them. Let's look at our diplomacy before we let the other nations go.
Yes?
Vissenland?
Come then. Only Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy or no.
We will take that,
Empire's blessings. Yes.
which gives us a view
Ready.
into other places.
Yes. Anad?
We could get Carricknorn to join our confederation. They have one settlement.
And what can the Dawi do for you on this farm?
The
That
Empire.
gives us more areas and
Greetings on behalf of the
sterling
Empire. Sigma's will.
or gold.
Lord of Athelloren.
Onward. My axe thirsts for
Alright,
war.
you are just gonna straight up go away. Your army is
What?
garbage.
The axe
You
thirsts
are going
for
away
war.
as well, because we don't need that kind of upkeep. Carricknorn was taken by the elves. That explains a little bit. Gristle Valley was destroyed? Bet you it's a Skaven outpost now. But the Grimhold's under our command. It does not have anything special about it.
The Celestial College implores that I hear you. I remain unconvinced.
Wow, that is a lot of gold to get a non-aggression pact with the Empire. We are not doing that. And we have an outpost available in Vissenland. Now, all of these... What is their capital? I just want to make sure that... Okay, it's Nuln. So Dottenbach or Nuln, that's where we want to do this. Dottenbach is where we'll construct the outpost. This will give us access to cavalry, which is something we extremely lack as the dwarves. There's not much else we can do right now, so we'll let the other nations go. They are dropping like flies, though. Huh. Taking the Grey Mountains would be good.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though, for while the potential rewards are great, so too are the perils.
Alright, so let's see here. An orc war boss has taken the Dawei he found in prison deep under the Black Crag, and all but forgotten by their jailer. Gorfang Rockgut, blah 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 blah. Get the Shield of Defiance. It's a great item. Casualty replenishment, 5,000 extra treasure. What are the enemy forces? Night Goblins. Night Goblins. They are expecting reinforcements. It's gonna be tough. I would like to get some... Okay, the Skull Kagers are gone. Now we can research some stuff. Dorothy was there. We can recruit a lord. Our... Okay, I swear my brain works. It just doesn't work very well. Alright, so income generated here for Copper Mountain. This is important to us in the extreme. And how are we looking at Carrick here? We still got one more turn? 4 turns until population surplus. I wonder why that happened. Probably because we had to regen some stuff. Now we've got... Let's get one more with shields that balances out our front line. We don't have the ability to have any war machines just yet. If we look at the building browser for the dwarves, we'll go to Carrick Izor just because it's fun. We've got the siege workshop that eventually leads up to us having organ guns, flame cannons, and iron drakes. Though the iron drakes are not that good in my opinion. But cannons. Cannons are great. Dwarven Thunders are great. And the organ guns are amazing at chipping away at things. We need to get another open slot for that, and we can start getting them in. But we do need to upgrade this one more time. So we're going to get one more on the next turn.
What?
Alright, it's going to be a tough little time.
Yes.
Alright, we're going to go with hand-loaded again. Do we want to go with increased mobility? No, let's go with hand-loaded, because he's been doing a lot of work.
I stand defiant.
These guys have been fighting inside pretty well, so let's get Scarred Veteran.
You have my hammer.
And you're going to get Hard Armor.
Revenge incarnate.
Scarred Veteran. So that works. What do we have available for us for Lords? Now we have Lords and Rune Lords. Research rate and construction costs for all buildings. If we take Ancestral Blood Grungi. Valea gives us a ward save and enemy hero success chance. We have 2 options for that. 2 more with Grimnir. Now Grimnir is awesome if you want to create a physical lord. They are going to be in our line anyway. We have one that's Valea, so it's a ward save. Summoning him back up. What do we got for Rune Lords? Grungy and aggressive. Weapon strength. Not that great. How many turns do we have for that to get the bonus? Grow your forces. No. Here comes Legend. We're already working on Second Front. There's nothing in there. It's just 1,000 gold. Not a big deal.
Belligar Ironhammer.
So we'll give it another turn, and then we'll go after Maragliano. See if we can get rid of some of this corruption up here. We don't really have any enemies north of us. We're deteriorating with them. But we're fighting a war with the Pirates of Sartosa, so we'll see how that works out. I think we're just going to have to let the other nations go. And hope for the best right now. Broken Axe is attacking Visenland, so we're going to enter the war on the side of our ally, because we do not break our alliances, even if it is with the Yumi. Down to almost under 200. Getting close. Down to 205. maintain control of provinces through military allies or ourselves. So that kind of plays into what we're doing here.
True king of Eightpeaks.
We're going to advance to the very edge of the mountains and see if we can get to Miragliano in our next turn. We're going to upgrade Zarak-Zil. Carrick Hearn needs one more turn to go up a level, which will start letting us build there. Now we are in the process of getting... Let's get the leadership for right now, and then we can get dwarf treasuries next. We're only on turn 13, but we're doing pretty good.
What
How are you
errand
liking
brings
us?
the dwarfs from their mountain holes?
5,000 out of... That's about half. We kind of need it, because I want Balthazar Guilt on our side, and yeah, it's good. So that'll help.
Lord of...
So,
Approach us,
And we can
friend.
get some of it
Yes.
back. At least 10% of it back.
aye.
Who calls?
Alright, so the provinces of the Empire are starting to go on our side. I'm worried about how quickly the von Karsteins are expanding. They've taken the Moot. They're pushing back here. Oh, it's Averheim, not Sterling. Okay, that's fine. That was way worse than I thought it was. Or way better than I thought it was. Not as nearly as bad. We'll take Miragliano if we can. If we have to go to a camp stance, we'll do it.
should slay you where you stand.
Oh, now you want a peace treaty. You attack us out of the blue, and then you want a peace treaty. That's not the way this works. Oh, this is crappy. We can't get involved in the war up there, so we're gonna have to tank our reputation for the time being. We have other things that just need to be done, and it sucks, because we were gonna get our cavalry, but nations are dropping like flies here.
Ready. The Carrick Eightpeaks.
Alright, let's take Miragliano. Doesn't even have walls, and it's pretty open. So let's fight this in. Hopefully we're not charging into a city. I probably should check that before we go into these fights. That might be smart. Wait a second. This is a walled city, so why are we able to just walk in like this? Because I think we're going to deal with the Pirates of Sartosa throughout everything. Alright. So are the walls down anywhere, or do we just have an ability that lets us siege them? I'm not seeing the walls being broken anywhere. Again, the major areas are connected now via smaller ones, so you can't just sneak units through. You have to capture buildings in turn to capture the points. Of course, being what we are just gonna charge straight in.
High King. Dwarf warriors. For Grimnir. Miners.
And we are gonna send our miners on a little excursion. They're gonna come in over here. If all it does is draw off some of the undead forces from this gate, I am okay with that. Because this is where our primary assault is going to come in.
Yes, laddie. Kasuk.
Alright, we'll see what we're up against, and then we will set. Then we'll send our hammers and Belegar in. Get all of our boys up on the walls. We'll advance our artillery train up. And it did exactly what we wanted it to. We wanted them to draw enemy forces off, and it even drew the Vampire Lord away, which is fine by me. So let's let them get in there. It's going to be a bit of a pill while we wait for our troops to get into the fight. Did they drop the bats on us? They did. Fell bats are not a big deal. They'll die quickly enough. Troops are up on the walls. The gate's taking some massive damage from our heavy hitters.
For the ancestors! Charge!
The miners are taking a lot of damage, but they're expendable, so not a big deal.
Yes, Lord! It is a reckoning. This is an order! Dwarf warriors! The Dowie are ready! Attack the Orcs! Ready to strike!
Alright, looks like we have control of the walls. Alright, the enemy gates are down, so let's get Belegar and his hammers to rush through. So let's see if we can crush these forces before we get anywhere.
Dwarf warriors! Attack the Orcs! For the High King! That's the boys! If you insist. Dowie ready! Move!
Alright, and our miners can just start climbing the walls here.
The clans unite! Bring the eggs!
Alright, I guess we can speed it up for a minute and see what we can do about dealing with these deckhands. That are getting obliterated by Belegar and his forces. I think that was the army loss penalty. We'll take that victory points. Get our archers inside the city. Not even worried about the miners. Alright, so we're catching their units pretty unfortunately. And that works. I still think that most of the battles, even with this improved system, are going to result in a lot of crumbling forces or just overtaking the victory points. Looks like the hammers did their weight in gold this time, though. With the 3 bronze. Alright, so we are going to take this city and turn it into a dwarven stronghold. Not exactly a true Karak, but it'll work. And we'll level Belagar up before we call it a day. Missile resistance would be good. Brass lung would be good too. We'll give him missile resistance just because it's good. And that's going to do it for the second episode this week, guys. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, join me in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. And make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.